When someone says the market went up today, they almost always mean one thing: the S&P 500. This single index is the benchmark for the entire American stock market. Your 401k is probably tracking it. Financial news revolves around it. Professional fund managers are measured against it, and over the last 100 years, it has returned an average of about 10% per year. But most people don't actually know what the S&P 500 is, how it works, or why it matters to their money. Let me explain it in plain English. The S&P 500 is a list of 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the United States. It includes names you use every day: Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, JP Morgan, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Visa. Together, these 500 companies represent about 80% of the total US stock market by value. The index is maintained by S&P Global, which decides which companies make the cut based on market capitalization, profitability, and trading volume. It's not just the biggest 500 companies. They have to meet specific criteria to get in, and they can be removed if they no longer qualify. The S&P 500 is a market cap-weighted index, and that detail matters. Market cap is the total value of all a company's shares. Apple, with a market cap over $3 trillion, has far more influence on the index than a company worth $10 billion. When Apple goes up 1%, it moves the index more than when a smaller company goes up 5%. This means the top 10 companies in the S&P 500 account for about 35% of the entire index's movement. That concentration is something to be aware of. You're not getting 500 equally weighted opinions. You're getting a view dominated by the biggest players. Here's why the S&P 500 matters to you personally. If you have a 401k, a target date fund, or any index fund, there's a very good chance your money is tracking the S&P 500. An index fund that tracks the S&P 500, like SPY or VOO, gives you instant diversification across 500 companies for one purchase. Historically, $10,000 invested in the S&P 500 in 1990 would be worth over $200,000 today, including reinvested dividends. That's without picking any individual stocks. Warren Buffett has said that most investors would be better off simply buying a low-cost S&P 500 index fund and holding it forever. He even bet $1 million on it, and he won. The S&P 500 isn't a magic investment. It drops, sometimes sharply. But over any 20-year period in history, it has always been positive. That's the power of owning the 500 best American companies and letting time work for you. If this made the market less confusing, subscribe. We explain finance and investing in plain English every week. No jargon, no hype. Just knowledge that helps you make better decisions with your money.